Captain Tomaday is a game where you play a tomato superhero.
I don't even know what I can say about that.
It's so out there. His mission is to, well, I don't know, punch things. It's a top-down space shooter, but instead of shooting bullets or missiles or generic video game spheres, Tomaday shoots his fists at bad guys. Or I think they're bad guys. For all I know, this is Captain Tomaday's diabolical invasion of Vegetable World. Of course, it's not just vegetables our brave Captain wars against. We have whatever this is, and this thingamajig here, and whatever in the holy cream cheesecake bran flakes this thing is. Right in the first level alone, we have what I think are grape helicopters, bats, eggplant missiles, neon ghosts, robo-carrots, which shoot carrot missiles, jack-o'-lanterns, pigeons, some kind of mechanical Mr. Potato Head with Lego Man arms that shoot parsnips at you, and flying wizards. I reiterate, this is only the first level, and I'm not even counting the bosses. Did I mention that apparently this tomato can go faster than 100 kilometers per hour? Like I said, Captain Tomaday's main method of attack is punching, but in addition to fists that can punch explosively through robots, he has the power to inflate his opposite fist when he does so.
How many punches does it take for one of his fists to evolve into pure energy? 4. Be ever afraid of the invading tomato monsters, children.
Sending one of these glowing fists at the enemy turns it into a heavy weight weighing a ton, or even 10 tons.
That's 20,000 pounds being flung through a magic pumpkin there.
The game also allows for a second player who takes on the role of a girl tomato. I guess. I don't know, it wears a bow and has a higher pitched voice.
Captain Tabby Day?
The mini-bosses of this level are not one, but 2 flying babies that turn into what the heck. And the final boss is this... what? It's like if a complete water filtration system was trying to pass itself off as Beaker from the Muppet Show.
Mind your head? What does that mean? I'd assume it's saying watch out for low-hanging obstacles or something, but it looks like this takes place in a dump. Is it talking about the fact that there's a fish on his head in the cutscene? I can't make presidents or buildings of any of this. This level mostly sticks to the city dump setting, which is a weird as crazy place to have a space battle by itself, but it's full of things like fossilized skeletons and little vegetable guys jumping up and down like they're cheering you on. Yeah, little dancing vegetables are wacky enough, but even then, who hangs out in a dump? Just waiting there in case their favorite superhero shows up to blow up a bunch of anthropomorphic food products? And then we have ghosts popping out of little clay pots. I don't even know how to make fun of this. Just a basic clinical description of the chaos is hard for me to top.
Enemies in this stage include peanuts, skulls, fire-breathing lizards, and what the munch catastrophe? Can you even imagine helping someone else through this game and having to come up with names for everything just so they know what you're talking about? Yeah, try to stay at the bottom center here because that's where the fish missiles come in. But don't stay there because the Easter eggs come next. Blech, that egg hatched.
There's a baby bird inside. I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense, but the implications of that are pretty messed up.
The robo-carrots in level 1 at least shot carrot-shaped missiles. I don't know what the robo-parsnips in this level are shooting.
These guys look like...
So anyway, the mini-boss is some kind of flying robot thingy. It sort of reminds me of those hunter-killers from Terminator 2 somehow, but much more colorful and inviting. And then there's the level's boss. You know this one's gonna be good as soon as you hear this.
It's showtime!
Oh, this is gonna be some kind of big bad robot, isn't it? Hey, we're in a dump. Maybe it's made from spare parts from old stereos and cars and all kinds of cool things. That would be pretty. It's a bonfire! A living bonfire with a pot of green soup cooking over it. Of course, why wouldn't it be? You guys didn't see that coming either? It seems so obvious now. Whoa, what in my non-existent Aunt Martha's wig is that happening to me? What's cooking in that pot? The Grinch?
Eventually, you cause the pot to overturn and turn into a big laser gun. Then it becomes some kind of robotic this. I want to have a name for it, but cyber jellyfish and metal hot air balloon are the closest thing I can come up with, and I don't think they do it justice. On to stage 3. Normal enough, I guess. Stage 3 is a water-themed level, so naturally you can expect flying daisies and sunflowers. What's the point in even giving the level a theme when you don't try to stick to it even from the very beginning? Otherwise, the level stays fairly close to the water theme with sharks, squids, with rocket boosters of course, turtles, and wind-up robot pumpkin Pac-Men? Then whirlwinds that shoot little faces at you. Enjoy this while you can, because it's the most sense anything makes in this whole game. That's right, the most sensical part of this game is a Super Tomato punching flying sharks, turtles, and rocket-powered squids, just because it happens to be in a water-themed level. The mini-boss is a robotic flying squirrel, or maybe a manta ray, with a rotating face and a spinning firecracker attached to a single long spike on its butt. The boss is a flying robot crab, I think. Okay, now I'm not sure.
You are out of order! You're out of order! You're out of order! The whole trial is out of order!
I'm so sorry, I couldn't resist. This is sort of a bonus computer kind of level. There are only recycled enemies here. But stage 5 is a UFO level, and as such is where this game finally loses its mind. Let those words sink in for a moment. I'm absolutely serious. The game up until this point hasn't been quite outlandish enough. Well, they've put a stop to that. What is it about the stage that's so weird? Just cactus monsters, head-launching dolls, flying grape saucers, bumblebees, smiley-face stars, cycloptic pyramids, helicopter heads, and octopi. Not to mention this machine that shoots mushroom missiles, which is flanked by giant robot forks that launch smaller forked rockets at you. How did this game come about? Prescription drugs? Oxygen deprivation? What circumstances led to the conversation where one designer says to another, "Hey, if we're gonna have fruits and vegetables everywhere, let's throw in a big fort." "Oh, sure." And I haven't even talked about the power-ups yet. Good weasel-flavored gravy, the power-ups. They come in pill form, thus solidifying my drug theory. When you get the first one, Tomaday turns into a smaller tomato. Okay, this makes him move faster, so I guess it makes sense. Then if you get another one, he becomes huge. What kind of progression is that? He gets smaller, then bigger? Shouldn't it be a bit more linear, like small, medium, large? Like somehow being small makes you more powerful, and then being large makes you even more powerful. How does that make sense? But when you get more power-ups, he isn't even a tomato anymore. He gets transmogrified into a whole warehouse full of wacky. Here, let's play a little game. Everyone watching at home, or, at work, at school, or watching over your friend's shoulder while both of you are supposed to be working, whatever. Write down a list of guesses. Just anything that comes to mind. Living creatures, objects, whatever. I'll provide some Jeopardy-inspired music. Okay, you ready? If 3 of your answers are correct, yell out bingo. There aren't any prizes or anything. I just want to see if you'll actually do it. I'm indeed watching you right now. Okay, but seriously, this is the progression. From large tomato, you turn into a lizard that attacks with its tongue instead of fists. I think it's a lizard anyway. I don't really know. After that, you turn into a monkey that launches bananas. If you get hit while in some of these forms, you turn into a flying baby. A baby! As an attack, it launches baby toys like teddy bears, rubber duckies, bottles, rattles, blocks, and baseballs. So far we have a lizard or fish thing with a super long tongue, a monkey, and a baby. So if you have lizard, fish, monkey, or baby, those are all acceptable to cross off your list. I've poked fun at the game Evolution because you evolve from a frog to a rodent to a beaver to a gorilla. That makes blimp loads more sense than this. But that's not all. Through a combination of collecting pills and getting hit while in various forms, Captain Tomaday, whose whole gimmick is that he's a tomato, also turns into a potted plant, an angelic winged tomato, a ball and hoop toy, a carrot with 4 arms, a rabbit that shoots carrots, a fish that shoots shockwaves, a lobster, a toy airplane, a cat, Cupid complete with a bow that shoots hearts, and this weird evil bat thing. So if you have this weird evil bat thing on your list, well, you can check that off. Then if you collect another pill, you go back to your original form. Which leaves me wondering if there's any progression here at all, or if it's just a whole bunch of unnecessary options to choose from that are all generally the same. I've really not noticed a big difference in firepower from one to another. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with the lizard because its tongue can shoot through several enemies at once. Or maybe the monkey because it can fire 2 shots at once really fast across the whole screen. Or the carrot, since it can shoot 4 different directions. Why drive yourself to painful insanity trying to collect all those pills to turn into a cat, when it has the same basic function as the regular tomato? It's all just a pointless exercise in absurdity. Like, I know on some level the creators were trying to make this cute and funny, but why all this? If it was just all vegetables, that would have been cute, and it still would have made some degree of sense, but that's not what they did. It's just unbridled lunacy. What's this? Or this? And what in the sweet cup and Christmas is this? By the time you reach the final boss, you've got such a weirdness sensory overload that you don't even care who the final boss is. It's just some king grape guy that hides behind a force field. Yawn, cough. Then we have an ending sequence where I assume the mad scientist that created Tomaday congratulates him, then puts him on a plate and tries to get him to mate with a carrot? I don't know. Any questions?
Who killed the president?
You think that's just a totally random non sequitur? Well, interestingly enough, the answer to that question is the same as the answer to any question you could possibly have about this game.
It's a mystery! It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma!
So there's your answer. Joe Pesci did it. I was gonna eat that.